Hello garden friends, and welcome back to Happy Heart Gardens. So I thought we would just have a quick chat about what the heck is going on in the almost fall garden down here in South Alabama. Well, I am just filling up some pots to plant some marigold seeds. So I'm a little bit late probably, but I just envisioned this entire front of my house just covered up and lined with marigolds for fall. So I am going ahead and just getting them started. Today I have the pots almost filled, and then we'll get the seeds in. Marigold seeds are one of the easiest things to save. So I always end up with tons of marigold seeds because I just cannot resist saving them. And I will show you how you save them when I fill this next pot here. So what I'm using here is just a blend of my favorite potting mix. I don't know if you can see that. And I've added in some worm castings because worm castings are always a good idea. And then I pre-moisten the mix. So it's not soaking wet, as you can tell, but it's not bone dry either. I think that just helps speed things along and also helps to fill the containers better. If you were just putting like in the dry potting mix, then lots of times when you put the water in, then the soil sinks and the seed sinks and just, it's not an ideal situation. So we got just a couple more left here, and I will show you how easy it is to save marigold seeds. So I just have a mix here of some different saved seeds, some bought seeds, all marigolds that I am going to put in my filled containers. And here are the marigold seeds that I have saved. So you always want to save seeds once it's gone like brown and dry. That's how you know that they're going to be, you know, their fullest potential and the seed is going to be viable. So this is what the dried marigold looks like. And you can see this is all the petal. And I just pull this off. It comes off very easily. We'll just stick that on the plate. And then if you open this up, it's probably gonna just pop all over. Sometimes that happens. Better do it in my hand. There's all of your marigold seeds. Now some of these, you can see how they're like partially white. They may not be as viable as what I'm looking for. See that? You really kind of want it more brown all the way through, but that's okay. You may just have to put them in like seed heavier. Let's try another one here. And we'll just put them all on here, it doesn't matter. So this little guy. So here I have all my seeds, some saved seeds. I am gonna do some bought-in seeds, some more saved seeds, and then I got all of my pots ready to go. And I probably will put some labels in just to see how germination is. But anyways, so marigold seeds. This is what they will look like when they are all dry and ready to be saved. There may be a little bit of the petals left, may not. You can just pull that off and then carefully open it up, and there is all of your marigold seed. How cool is that? Super easy peasy. That's why I end up saving tons and tons and tons of them. But these are great. Actually, one year I did, I put them in Christmas cards in little envelopes, like these little envelopes here. And it was super fun. People really enjoyed that. So it's a really great way to give back and to just have seed for the next season. So marigolds don't have to go real deep. Just kind of push the dirt aside, and then I'll come back and maybe put a little bit more on the top too. Easy peasy. And these older ones I'm sowing pretty thick because I'm not sure what kind of germination I'm gonna get. So that's why so many are going into one cup. Like I said, we'll just get a little more dirt and put that right on top. And then we'll just keep going along. And one last thing I forgot to share about these marigold fall plantings is I am not doing this under a grow light. I am just gonna stick them right outside, right from the get-go, and see what happens. So I'm having some work done on my back porch right now, otherwise I would put them there. But in the interim, I'm gonna just bring them out here on my porch Of course, I'll bring them in if there's, heavy rains, that type of thing. But otherwise, we're just gonna put these guys right outside, right from the get-go, see what happens. That way they are already hardened off and they're ready to plant as soon as they get big enough. So like I mentioned, I might be a little bit late, but you know what? It never hurts to try, and I have tons of seed, so why not? Because I just have this vision of just all of these marigolds around my house. I hope it works. And I shouldn't get frost until, gosh, who knows anymore, right? But typically like December, January. So we should have plenty of time. And marigolds grow pretty quickly, so we should have plenty of time to get these guys going and to have some nice blooms for fall. But as far as the rest of the fall garden down here in South Alabama, for me, fall garden isn't really till like October. And I typically buy starts, just means little plants already started. And I like to support our local schools. A few of the high schools have a horticultural program where they sell starts in the spring and the fall. So I like to support them, and I'll be buying things like cabbage, broccolis, and usually kale I get from them. And then I will start my own lettuce and carrot and radish, arugula, that type of thing. That'll just all direct sow and will do fine. But like I said, that's usually mid-October for me, and then I'll succession plant like the carrots and the radish and the lettuce and all that kind of stuff as it goes. Sometimes maybe even broccoli, we'll see what happens. I'm able to find some other ones later on in the season too, but that's what's happening down here. Let me know what's happening in your fall garden, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for being here. Be sure to give this a thumbs up and a subscribe if you haven't yet. I would really appreciate it, and maybe even share it. And happy growing, friends. Till next time.